Okay, it is November the 30th, 2013. My name is Carlton Cartwright. I'm the Executive Director for the Children's Coalition Incorporated, and we are at the Veterans Affairs Medical Center, 7305 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach. And we're interviewing who?
Thomas Paul Vucina.
Okay, Mr. Vucina. And when is your birthday?
12/29/25.
And you are presently residing at the VA hospital, correct?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And it's just you and I here for the interview. Okay, and what war did you serve in?
What now?
What war?
World War II.
And what branch of service?
U.S. Army.
Right, and what rank were you when you separated?
Corporal.
Okay, and where did you serve, sir?
European theater, France, Belgium, and Germany.
Okay. Were you drafted or did you enlist?
I was drafted out of high school.
Okay, good, gotcha. Where were you living at the time?
New Brighton, Pennsylvania.
And what were you doing before you enlisted?
I was in high school.
Oh, okay. All right, okay, and okay, so, did you have a choice to, even though you were drafted, to pick another branch?
No, when I got drafted, I was drafted into the U.S. Army.
Okay, gotcha. All right, you recall your first days of service? You were in Pennsylvania. Where did you go into the military?
Well, I was in Indiantown Gap, I think, and they sent me to Camp Croft, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. How long were you there?
It's 2 basic training, about 4 months.
Okay, cool. Tell me something about basic training. What was it like?
Well, it was something new to me because I right out of high school. It was a very basic training, a lot of exercises, a lot of running. Then we went to rifle range and we carried packs on our backs. And it was 17 weeks of basic training. I kept saying it was like a hellhole, but I was right out of high school and didn't understand it. We had a lot of draftees there and we just went along with it.
What were your instructors like?
Good, very good. One had only had one lung. He was in an accident. He said, do what I tell you, we'll keep it clean and we'll enjoy ourselves, which we did.
Okay. Okay. So you served World War II in the European theater?
Yes, I did.
You know, where exactly did you go? Where were you over there?
I was in France, Belgium, Germany. I think I was in England. And let me think. We crossed the channel. That's when I first ran into, the Germans had a big gun right there at Le Havre. I think they called it the Gustav. Mm-hmm. It fired a shell into England by the size of a rain barrel. Mm. And they had 2 big guns, 2 trains, and the gun was in the middle of the tracks. Uh-huh. It was a big gun. Yeah. Then from there I went into Belgium and fought the war. I got a medal from the French government for serving in France with the American Army against the Germans. And I'm proud of that medal. Okay. I was in Germany. I was one of the first Americans who ran across the Rhine River.
Really?
Well, I did a lot of little things, but I went on patrol. I must have made 50 patrols. I think they wanted to get rid of me. If we had officers, they said, if Tom go on a night patrol, they says, yeah. They said, I'm going with him. Because I was supposed to go to German. Uh-huh. And that's when I got enlisted in action. Okay. I was gone 16 days. Once, the rule of thumb is, if you get into patrol, night patrol, there's 13 of us. And if the Germans get behind you, the rule of thumb is go forward. So we went to a bar and stayed there. And here's the funny part. We got captured by an armored outfit coming through. Uh-huh. They thought we were Germans in American uniforms. We had a hell of a time, but they took our guns off of it. Then they stayed around for about 2 or 3 days. They gave us rations. Then we got captured by, another armored outfit was coming through. Mm-hmm. They left the first one, and the second one, they believed us. They gave our guns back. And we rode their tanks in the back through a couple of big battles. I know I was gone about 16 days, 17, to come to command. Then they found our outfit. They sent us back and they said, where in the hell you guys been? We tried to tell them what happened. They wouldn't believe us. Yeah.
So what happened?
We come back down. They put us back in rank.
Oh.
And here's the funny part. And I tell this story, and that was a long time ago. We went on they had 6 light tanks. We were going along the Rhine River, and there we had about 6 infantrymen on each tank in a back riding. We came up to the Rhine River, and then we went parallel with the Rhine to the Remagen Bridge Liedendorf Bridge at Remagen. And they stopped, they got orders. It was radio, and they says, cross the bridge. And there's Germans with artillery and machine gun fire, machine guns there. And the reason the bridge was intact, it was the only bridge on the Rhine River that I know of today that was still intact, because the Germans had a couple of troop trains coming up from the south, full of casualties. And they kept the bridge open. The Germans did, because they had men all over the bridge putting charges on top, underneath. And when we got there, they knew the charger, and they said the command was across the bridge. Well, we had 6 light tanks. They had artillery battery, and machine guns in front of the tank. And I still say to this day, and I don't care what anybody said, they shot shells at the machine guns and and the cannons. And they were shotgun shells, but they were BBs the size of marbles.
Okay.
They were metal, because when they come out of the gun, they went like this.
Right.
And that's what I couldn't understand. They said they were a good couple hundred yards from us, probably. And I couldn't understand. And I said, what the hell are you guys shooting? A shell doesn't do that, even though it explodes. Then we got word they said cross the bridge. So here we go, running. We got off the tanks. We went across first the infantry. There was 18 of us. I was firing up this way, this way, this way. See, the Germans had charges all over. And when the word we got there, they were still putting charges on. And the way I understand it, we finally got across, and most of our division got across, and the bridge collapsed, fell down. And the story was we beat Patton across the Rhine. He was trying to build a pontoon bridge, with his gang. I don't know where they were. And every time they had one completed, the Germans put mortar shells, blow it apart. Patton got a little mad because the First Army was the first army across the Rhine. At Liedendorf Bridge in Remagen. That's it. We got across, and then a couple months later, the war ended. I did a lot of stuff. Went on a night patrol. I made over 50 patrols in the German line.
Yeah, you told me. Good.
And the worst thing about it, we had a couple officers that went with us. They were from West Point or something. I guess I was West Point. Annapolis would be, Navy would be somewhere else, huh?
What?
Navy officers.
Yeah.
They'd be from Annapolis.
Right.
These guys are West Pointers then, right?
Right.
And they were scared. They let us, like me, and I wasn't that smart. I was out of high school. And then when we ever told them, we'd say, Doc, they'd say, what's going on here? I said, you know what, something stinks. Let's get the hell out of here. And we did. A couple of times, that's when I got shot in the calf. My buddy was on a night patrol, and I'm thinking pretty good. Germans shot flares, and the flares are big. They're big as pumpkins almost. And when they light up in the wintertime, and they lighted up the area, and it was meantime, it was about 20 inches of snow. And my buddy went over there and tried to cover one up and burned both hands. And I drug him. I was wounded in the leg, and I'm dragging him back. I drug him every about 300 yards to somebody else come and got him. And he's living today. He lives in, his name's Harry Parham's, Athens, Georgia. So I used to get a couple letters from him. And see what else did I do. I did a lot of crazy things. Went on patrol, brought prisoners of war back. I remember one time, this is true, I had no rank, but they let me lead. So we captured about 42 Germans. They surrendered, because I spoke a little German. And we'd have them sit down, and you know what I did? I made them take their belt off and tear their buttons so they have to hold their pants. You understand, instead of walking like that.
Yeah.
That was funny. So we took them back to the company CP. They said, we don't want them. There was 42, and only there was 4 of us taking them back. And they said, take it back to his regimental headquarters.
Right.
They don't want them. So they said, take it back to his divisional headquarters. That was only a couple hundred yards away. We took it back to them. They didn't want them. So you know what we did? We told them, oh, you guys sit down. They all sat down and we left. I said, goodbye, you guys can handle them now. I heard they called in trucks and hauled them to the prisoner of war camp. I try to follow up with some of the story, but it's hard. I tell the truth. Well, I wrote a book called Walking in Snow. They changed the name. I don't even know where it's at now.
Did you stay in touch with your family while you were in the military?
Do what?
Did you stay in touch with your family while you were in the military?
They got most of my records.
Okay.
Now, my mother died years later, and my daughter, my sister, well, I have a sister and a brother. My brother was in the war, too. He was intelligent. But my mother died. My sister got all the records, all the letters. And when she died,
Who got them all?
my oldest daughter,
Okay.
she lives back in Maryland. I'm originally from Pennsylvania.
Right. How was the food?
That's a good question. I was in overseas 7 months, and I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember having one meal, one hot meal. We ate nothing but K rations, C rations, or what we could steal off the land. What do we do? I tell these people this. I said, what did the Germans do when they invaded countries? They stole, looted, and robbed. Now here comes the American Army. What do you think we did?
I don't know.
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Stole, robbed, and well, anyhow, we broke into a bank and had about, I guess, millions of dollars in American money. So we spread it all out. And about 2 days later, here comes MP, and they knew about the bank. And they made us all empty our pockets. But let me tell you, I'm serious. Most of us were young kids, 18, 19, maybe 20.
Right.
A lot of guys got knocked off. I feel bad for them. I met a friend of mine from my hometown over there, and I was coming back from a field hospital after they fixed my leg up.
Right.
There was a guy standing there. I said, hey, Matt. He turned around. Matt Patty, he's from my hometown, but he played softball. I remember playing softball against him. Well, then my leg infected. I had to go back to the field hospital again. And then I was there for about a week, and then they sent me back up. And I said, where's Matt? He's over there by the fence. I went over by the fence. I didn't see Matt, but I see about 15 dead guys. He was one of them got killed.
Right.
So anyhow, as the war ended, we came home, and I was a member of the American Legion, Post 19, New Brighton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And his family had his body exhumed. And my brother and I were pallbearers. It was nice, but I tell the story, but they believe me.
Okay.
I even wrote a letter home till I met Matt, and my daughter has that letter yet today.
Did you have a lot of supplies? Did you have all the supplies you needed, or not?
What?
Supplies.
Yeah, a couple times we ran out of bullets, but food was bad.
Yeah.
We couldn't get food, we couldn't get supplies. So we raided the Germans' mess. We took everything they had.
Okay.
We eat their food, we eat anything, everybody always carry, I always tell people, we always carry a big army spoon in our boots. Every time somebody found like a jar of peanut butter or a jar of applesauce or anything, everybody took it in that big spoon. We always made sure we had a U.S. Army big spoon.
Right.
Everybody had carried. We talked about it yet today in the kitchen. But we had soup the other day, and they had little spoons. I eat soup with this little spoon. Like a coffee spoon. I said, when I used to home, we always had big spoons, like in the Army, we had to have big spoons.
Right.
You know, you recall them days.
Oh yeah. Did you feel a lot of pressure and stress?
I saw a lot. I saw guys commit suicide. And then some guys ran into the German line, like just ran in, and they stand there, boom, boom, they're gone. And when we was like in bivouac or moving up to the line, We were jumping off in the morning, you hear boom, boom. Guys would stick the M1 at the top of the heads off. But not all the time, but it was there.
Would you guys?
They asked me, I think you asked me, hell no, I didn't want to commit suicide. I want to go back home.
Right.
But there's a lot of guys did it.
How did you guys entertain yourselves?
Did what?
Entertain yourselves.
In combat?
Well, yeah.
No, we didn't entertain at all.
Not at all, huh?
Something else I was going to tell you about. We're in a field. Now, we would carry 2 canteens of water. Now you run out of water. Where are you going to get your water? You can't go to a faucet. You find a nearest creek or river or a well or a lake and you fill it up. But one good thing about that, and they made it, everybody carry a pack of Halazone tablets. I think that's what they were.
What was it?
We put 1 pill in each canteen. It purified the water.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
So tell me, can you remember, you told me, what did you say so far? You went to Germany, England, France?
I left England, went to France first. And then the Battle of the Bulge came on. And I think the Battle of the Bulge took an area of France, Belgium, and Germany. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I was in France and Belgium and in Germany.
Were you in the Battle of the Bulge?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
That's where I got shot.
Huh?
That's why I got shot through the leg on a night patrol.
Gotcha.
Oh, I shot a lot of bullets. I was a BAR man, Brown automatic rifle. You want to hear the story?
Go ahead.
We got up the front lines. I went through basic training with an M1 rifle. It fires 8 rounds, M1, boom, boom. We got the front lines, no gun. They issued us 03 bolt action. So I bowled mine out. They were filled with cosmoline. They were supposed to take them over to a 50-gallon drum and wash them up. I threw mine away. I pulled a bolt out. I couldn't get back out. I threw that damn thing away. Lieutenant said, "Soldier, where's your rifle?" I said, "I threw the goddamn thing away." He said, "What'd you do that for?" I said, "I went through basic training with an M1. You give me an 03? Just then, I think it was a colonel pulled up in a Jeep with a driver, and he said, "What's the problem here?" "Oh, no." The lieutenant said, "You're going to have to pay for that. $75, that's all right, take it out of my pay." I was a smart ass probably, I don't know. Anyhow, the colonel went back and with a Jeep driver and brought back 300 rifles. They're in the bag, all ready for 300 miles. They were zeroed in for 300 yards. Now you don't mind going for it. And then later on, when I got into my division, I wasn't cocky, I don't think. He says, "Soldier, get over here." I said, "What can I do for you?" He said, "See that BAR? It's a Browning automatic rifle." He said, "I want you to put that on with that jacket. And that in your why?" He said, "You're a BAR man." The damn thing weighed 23 pounds. I weighed about 145 pounds. And they had bipods on when you walk, it swings. I took them up, threw them away. I threw the butt plate away. I threw the flash hider away. "Soldier, what did you do that for?" I said, "Made it lighter." He said, "You're a smart ass." I said, "Okay." What did he say? "Oh, yeah." He said, "Why'd you take that bipods off?" I said, "Let me explain something to you, sir." I said, "I'm in the foxhole, and my VAR is parked like this at an angle, and the Germans are charging uphill. The only way to shoot them, if the gun's pointed that way, I got to bring it down this way, right? The only way I can bring it down is stand up. What happens if I stand up in the foxhole?
Right.
He's going to shoot the hell out of me, right?" He understood what I'm trying to say. So I'm only a young kid, 18 years old, telling that lieutenant why I'm doing these things.
Right.
And these are true. I mean, I don't know anything to back. I know 2 wounds, a couple of wounds I got.
Did you ever go on leave while you were over there?
No.
No R&R, huh?
When the war ended in Germany, they shipped us by truck to Le Havre on a boat back. I even remember the boat, Wakefield, USS Wakefield, troop ship. They brought us back to Boston, and see the war in Korea or something was still going on in the Pacific. And then we headed for Texas for basic training again. And then just about the time we was ready to ship out for the Pacific, war ended.
Okay.
And then I couldn't get any mark stripes because they said, you don't have a high school education. The first thing I did when I got out of the Army, I went back to high school, New Brighton, Pennsylvania. I got my high school diploma. And then you wouldn't believe me, but I did. I got proof. I went to college. I got a scholarship, University of Miami.
Did the GI Bill pay for it?
Yes, they did.
Oh, okay. Where were you when you separated? In Texas?
No, I was in, they sent me back here from, I think I got separated in Camp Croft, South Carolina. No, that or Pennsylvania, I don't remember, Maryland somewhere. I got separated. They sent me home by train. I know they gave me $300 muscle out pay, and they gave me $60 extra for something, I don't recall.
Right.
And they sent me home by train, and I got the bus from home, my hometown. I got home, and I lost my duffel bag.
Uh-oh.
It's a big Army bag, green, and on the clip, it's just a clip. I was home for about 7 months. My mother said, go get the mail, Dad, Tom. And I went out, there's my duffel bag.
Oh.
And you know how it is, you got your name on it and a serial number. And everything that I had in there packed and stolen, bookwork, the equipment was still there. Nobody like upset it and took it out.
Right.
Like I have a German helmet in there. Yeah, an American helmet, and a bunch of junk. You know, you pick up here and there.
I got you. All right, so you got out, you got your discharge, you got your high school diploma,
Yes, I did.
and then you said you went to college.
Yeah.
What'd you go to college for?
But no, I got a football scholarship.
Oh.
It was University of Miami. That was like 50-some years ago. And I wasn't a very good football player. But I knew I might as well stay there since they took me in. And I was on a football team 2 years. Then I stayed under the GI Bill of Rights. Now here's the $64,000 question. Hello there. Did I graduate? No. But I attended 4 years. Why? Football players don't go to classrooms, they just piss around. And I got a piece of paper. See what happens, I didn't understand college. You'd be surprised how many thousands of kids drop out of college the first year. They don't understand. See, for every, like if you got an A in the subject, you got, I think, 9 quality points. If you got a B, you get 6 quality points. You get a C, you get 3. If you get an F or a D, you got 0. So when you graduate, you got to have the same amount of quality points as you do credit points. Most of the football players don't have that. They get the, I think I had most of the credit, but I didn't have the quality points. If you got a D in some subject, you got no quality points. So they had to, well, anyhow, I did not graduate. I attended 4 years, but I got a certificate that I attended University of Miami. That helped me out a lot getting jobs in real life. I retired from Mack Truck, you know, the big trucks on the road?
Yeah.
I worked for them for about 27 years, I think.
Okay.
But they had other little jobs in between before I went to Mack Truck. Then I got married, had 4 kids. You're looking at me. Don't look at me that way. You know why I get to thinking.
What?
I hope he believes me.
Yeah, I believe you. It's not a problem.
You don't have to believe me. Why should I lie? You're not going to put money in my pocket. What time is it? Yeah.
Hey, did you make any close friends while you were in the service?
Yeah, but they most of them died.
Oh, okay.
I met a guy there, like I said, that one kid from my hometown that got shot. Then I met another guy. He's from the next town. I didn't know him then, but I knew him afterwards. You know, he told me, we palled up. But things, as it was over, everybody drifts apart. They go to different parts of the country.
Right.
And stuff like that.
Okay, so you drove truck,
For Mack Truck? What'd you say?
Did you join any veterans organizations when you got out?
American Legion. Post 19.
Gotcha.
Why post 19? Do you know why it's a low number?
Why?
Because 19th post organized right after World War I.
Oh, okay.
You know who I met in here? Guy from post number 1.
Uh-huh.
He's from Tennessee.
Oh, all right.
You know how you get to talk to people.
Right, right. Tell me, did your military experience influence your thinking about war or about the military in general?
How's that? What'd you say?
Well, I'm trying to ask you, did your military experience influence your thinking about war?
Oh, I thought about it, but I just forgot about it until we have a little chit-chat session.
Right.
People don't believe you, especially the people that were in the service.
Uh-huh.
I was here. I said, oh, when I got that French medal, they read why I got it, serving in France with the American Army against the Germans. The last sentence that I remember, my daughter got the big write-up. She got it in a frame. She got it somewhere in Port St. Lucie, I think it said.
Uh-huh.
The last sentence he read, he said, Tom was one of the first Americans to cross the bridge at the Rhine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he read. And then he said, how he said the Liedendorf Bridge at Remagen. I think Remagen was the name of the town, and a bridge from Remagen across the Rhine was the Liedendorf Bridge.
Uh-huh.
People don't believe me, but I got it in writing by the French government.
I believe you.
I hope you do. If not, so what?
I believe you. Yeah, tell me about your medals. What medals and awards did you get?
Purple Heart, Good Conduct Medal.
Mm-hmm.
See what I got one more. Bronze Star,
Right.
and the one that the French government gave me.
What was that one? I know you told me, but tell me again.
It's like the Congressional Medal of Honor. It's a French medal.
Got it. Okay.
I talk about it to some people, they don't understand, so I just drop it.
Okay, let's see.
I don't feel like a war hero. I felt like I did my duty and I went back to school. And I was treated pretty good in the Army.
Right. How did your service and experiences affect your life? You know, when you came out of the service,
Yes.
what was the effect that the military had on it?
No, I forgot about it. Because I was telling people my stories and people go like this. You did that? You were there? And see what's bad? When you come back from the service, they ask a question, you tell them, they don't even know what you're talking about. The only thing they know is what they read in the paper. I was there, I'd say, you were there? Yeah. I told them I went to university, you went there? So I just dropped a lot of that. I talk about it around here.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Why am I here then? I must have did something wrong. Got shot up a little bit. No, one reason I'm here is one battle wound in my leg here, frozen feet on this side.
Right.
I busted my nose and all my teeth
Gotcha.
when I hit the ground at the Battle of the Bulge. Now the government did replace them, as you remember, by with little plates, but when I finally got here, they gave me all new ones. Then my nose, on this nostril here, when I hit the ground and broke my nose, all I did was put a piece of tape over it.
Right.
So when I went that way for about 65 years. I could breathe through this nostril here, but not through this side, till they put me here. The doctor, you can check the record, the doctor upstairs operated on me. Guess what? I could breathe now through both nostrils.
Uh-huh.
They took 13 polyps out of my nose. You know what polyps are?
Yeah.
They're like straight, they grow and they go down this way. He said when they pulled them out, they were 13 inches long.
Mm.
They look like hair. Guess what now? I sing better. I'm a barroom singer. You know why a barroom singer?
Why?
You don't have to remember the words. Half of them are drunk and the other half are dancing. And so they call me into singing here now. When these karaoke groups come in or something, they say, oh, I should have brought out here. I got a plaque. How they congratulate me for volunteering to go up and sing a couple songs. And there's a lady, she's a pusher for one of his patients. And she heard me, she said, she was singing, I said, you and I go sing a duet. We did, she didn't even know the words, but I had the sheet music. I think I got some behind me now. I carry around, and if I get there, they'll say, Tom, come up and sing. I said, nah, they're doing fine. It wasn't me, buddy.
Okay, well,
I do. I talk a lot, and I do a lot, and I say a lot. If they believe me, fine. If they don't, so what?
okay, well, I wanna thank you for the interview. And also
Yeah, we
wanna,
got about 15 minutes before lunch. I'm glad you,
okay,
but I'm glad you're not only a very good interviewer, you're interested, be interested in a patient. If he's, like some of these guys, if you talk to, you might as well forget about them.
right.
Because it's going to waste your time. Here's a buddy of mine, just, come on in, we're done. I don't know his name, he just got here.
I wanna thank you for your service.
See, I appreciate that, and I thank you for interviewing me.